Hey, what's going on everybody? Dr. Sis here. So today in my public health briefing, I am going to save anyone who's looking to lose weight a whole bunch of money, and I'm going to save you a whole bunch of potential disappointment, all right? So I'm just going to cut to the truth. Like always, I'm going to upset some people and hurt some feelings, but I'm just going to tell it like it is. And it's more important than ever. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I show how important it is, even for acute things like COVID, like influenza, how being overweight and unhealthy increases your risk of severe complications, increases your risk of death, increases your severity and length of illness, and increases your chance of spreading to more people. And it just is, all right? So if you're like, you know what, I really need to do something different, I need to lose some weight, I'm gonna go over some things to just, you're gonna save money and you're gonna save disappointment, all right? So when it comes to weight loss, there's short term, which in my opinion is pointless, and then there's long-term and sustainable, okay? So there's a gazillion short-term quick fixes that never last, cost a bunch of money and lead to disappointment. And then there's what always works, right? What always works and will work long-term for everyone. And it's not only wise for you, but it's wise for your family and the people who are looking up to you, okay? So there's two questions I like to ask where I recommend asking before you do any program, and that is, does this make sense for kids? Like, would I give this program to my kids? And can I do it forever? All right. So let me go over some of this is just a handful of the stuff I see out there all the time. And I'm going to just show you what nonsense it is. So, and this is no particular order. I just started throwing stuff up here. The first one's body wrapping. All right, so this one's really easy. Let me ask you this. Let's say you had an obese, overweight dog, which happens, yes? Just the dog is overweight, no energy, just laying around all day, and you're like, man, we got to do something. So you took the overweight dog into the vet, and you said, Doc, what can I do for the dog? And he looked at you and he said, you know what this dog needs? Body wrapping. Would you think this vet is out of his freaking mind? I sure hope so. So how in God's name does that make sense for us, right? Could that is the reason kids are obese, over about 25% of kids are overweight obese, because we don't have enough body wrapping to go around for kids, right? I mean, that could be a third question actually. Like, does this make sense for a pet, right? Another one is there's a lot of weight loss surgeries out there, right? Where you go, it's like $30-some thousand, very risky, mind you, and you're gonna lose a whole bunch of weight really fast, for sure. But if you don't change, right? If you don't change your diet and your lifestyle after that, all this weight is gonna come back and then some. And I've seen it countless times. I've seen it happen people twice where they get the surgeries twice, right? This will not work unless you do what I'm gonna show you at the end. But what I show you at the end will work regardless of this. Orbera, this one is offered at the local hospital, and it blows my mind. Like, I'd be embarrassed to even post this as a treatment option. Like, I think it's embarrassing. But for over $8,000, you can go in and they shove a balloon down your throat, blow it up in your stomach, so the balloon takes up space so you have less room for food. So it's a balloon inserted portion control. All right, so yes, that could work short term, I guess, just because you can't get as much food in your belly. But what happens when you take it out? What happens if you don't learn the choices you need to make after that? You're going to put all the way back on and then some, and you're going to be disappointed and out over $8,000, right? It's just like, I mean, it's insane. This one just came up like the other week, and I can't believe it's legal, actually. But what they do is, this is BLCD, stands for very low calorie diet, starvation diet. Like, you're only allowed to eat about 500 to 700 calories per day, plus they inject you with human chorionic gonadotropin, which, if anyone does this, they're utterly clueless. Like, this should be illegal. So here's what happens. If you're eating 500 calories a day, you're starving, right? Of course you're gonna lose weight. You're in starvation mode. But here's why that's really, really stupid. So for 99.9% of our existence, we lived in the nature, right? Humans, all of us, all of our ancestors are hunter-gatherers. So during winter time, food is scarce, right? You're often in a very low calorie state, you're starving, it brings your metabolism way down, right? And then when spring comes and you start finding food and food comes up, what's your body want to do? Pack on fat as quickly as possible, because another winter is coming, all right? Now back then, there were no bad food options. It was just nothing but organic whole foods. Here, you starve yourself and then your body wants to store fat, and then you go reach for fat promoting foods like processed breads and pastas and all the stuff that we have access to and all the sugary sweets. You put on weight so fast, it's crazy. Another thing these people, the dum-dums who recommend this, do is they don't say you can't exercise. Like, well, so you're starving yourself and then you don't exercise, and when you don't exercise, it just grinds your metabolism to a halt. So what is metabolism? It's like right now I'm burning calories. Just standing here, like when I'm sleeping, I'm burning calories. And I burn far more calories on average than average people because I'm fit and I'm muscular, so my metabolism's higher. If I stop exercising, my metabolism just grinds to a halt, and there's a little trick to it. One of the reasons they do that is when you stop exercising, you lose muscle mass. Well, muscle's heavy, right? So if you lose muscle mass, you lose weight. So then they say like, wow, look how much weight you're losing. But you don't want to lose muscle mass, that's stupid. So what I would rather is teach you the right way, so you gain muscle mass, lose fat, and the scale might not even change, but your overall body composition, health, vitality, strength, everything, metabolism is far better. So do not ever spend money on this. Detoxes, they're everywhere. Here's a question I've asked, and no one can give this answer. So it'd be really, really easy to do. So whatever toxins the detox person is selling, whatever toxins they claim to be is in your body, it's like, all right, well, measure it. So measure these toxins via blood, feces, urine, whatever. Do the detox, and then measure it again and show that there's less toxins in your body. You know what's never been done? That study, right? It's like, well, why? Because you have kidneys and your liver and your lungs and these amazing organs that are detoxing you 24/7, and if not, you die very quickly, right? I mean, think about it. Let's say if someone doesn't have functioning kidneys and they're getting dialysis, do they go to the dialysis center and just sit there drinking AdvoCare detox shakes? Is that what they just sit there drinking their AdvoCare detox? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's kind of, speaking on that, Advocarians used to crush me a lot because I'd call out their nonsense, but now that Advocare lost their downline, so you can't get salesmen under using it, it's kind of magic how it's no longer the best supplements in the world and they've all jumped ship to the new downline thing. But my point is, the best detox is to stop eating the toxins in the first place, okay? And then exercise and drink water and all the good things that keep your liver and your kidneys and all your organs functioning as high as well. One of the problems, like back in detoxing, is we eat so many bad foods that so many people have like a fatty liver disease, not from alcohol, but from bad food. So then your organs just can't function like they should. Or you have just so much bad adipose tissue fat crushing your organs, they don't work like they should, right? Shakes and cleanses. So this one, it depends on how it's being sold, right? So it's like, you know, can you just replace meals with shakes the rest of your life? Of course not. Or if they're promising things like this shake has the equivalent of 47 heads of broccoli and 17 pounds, it's like, how is that even possible? That's ridiculous. They do that by the antioxidants. It's a bunch of nonsense, right? I would much, much rather that you take whatever money you're gonna spend on shakes and cleanses and go buy healthy whole foods, okay? Now I do use shakes sometimes, but mine, they're all like whole food shakes, and it's not like I'm trying to do a meal replacement or it's like some magic amazing thing. It just tastes good. It's a fun, good way to get some good nutrients in your body, right? So it's just like, it's breakfast, it's just blended up into a shake, okay? And counting. One thing I see a lot is macro counting. And again, this one is very common in the like fitness world. So I'm in a couple worlds. I'm in the fitness world, but then there's just the overall health world. So this is very common in the fitness world. And here's where counting macros is dumb advice. Is there's people out there who are like, you can eat anything you want. Pizzas, pastas, waffles, cakes, it doesn't matter. As long as it fits into your macros, you're gonna be amazing, all right? So here's the deal with that. And that you can be fit and have a nice physique eating garbage foods, but you cannot be healthy. It's not possible. And this is why me in the healthcare world, I meet people who like, they're attractive, they're fit, they're whatever, and they have terrible digestive issues, or they have terrible autoimmune conditions. It's like, why? Because the foods they're eating are damaging them. Even though it fits their macro plan and they're fit and lean and healthy looking, it's damaged them. When I was younger, I used to be that guy. I had a really nice physique, six-pack abs. You think, oh, this guy's whatever. Dude, I had terrible digestive issues until I learned how to eat, and all of that is gone, right? So counting macros is all right if if you're filling your macro percentages, whoever comes up with the percentages is based on nonsense if you ask me. But anyhow, if you're following them with good healthy foods, yes, it can work. And that goes with counting points too. So, and oh man, it's so tragic how I meet people where they'd get so many points in a day, right? So they would starve all day long and then eat their 2,000 points of pizza, or starve all day long and then reward themselves with 2,000 points worth of ice cream. That's not healthy. It's not sustainable. It's just foolish. A much better option is to just nourish your amazing body with quality foods all the time, which I'm going to get to. Thermogenics, always stupid. So what are thermogenics? What they are is they're pills that produce stress, okay? So what is stress? So let's say we're walking through the alley and someone jumps out with a knife. It's like, hey, give me your money. It's like, all right, it's like, whoa, hair stand up the back of your neck, stress response kick in. It's time to fight this dude or run, right? And I don't want to, it's probably a dude, right? So anyhow, what happens at that moment? Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, your jittery blood sugar goes up, you need energy, right? Blood pressure goes down, or your digestion goes down, your blood gets thicker, so that way if you get cut, you clot up faster. Like all these things happen, so in that moment, it's a healthy response. But you don't want that stress response all the time. That's very unhealthy. That's where chronic stress is very bad for you, okay? So what thermogenics do is they get you to squirt out stress hormones. That's not a healthy thing. So what it's doing is like elevating your heart rate, elevating your blood pressure, elevating that stress response, which takes more calories burning to make that happen, but it's very, very stupid. Very, very stupid. I would never, ever recommend that for anybody in any circumstance ever, all right? Fasting. Fasting can be great or really stupid depending on the goal, okay? So if you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna not eat for 2 days so I can eat garbage for 3 days, that's foolish, right? It's unhealthy. That'll never work long term. If you're eating a healthy diet, like really focusing on eating a healthy diet, plus you're mixing in some intermittent fasting with it for the health benefits of fasting, not for trying to lose fat. Like if the only goal of your fasting is just to starve yourself to lose fat, very, very unhealthy and dangerous and not sustainable, right? If you're fasting for health reasons while eating healthy, that's different, okay? So this is just some. Now, here's what people are asking, whether they know it or not with this, is what could I get away with, right? What can I do to get away with eating bad foods and not exercising? And that will never work long term. Won't happen. The question you have to ask is, what can I do to maximize my health? Now, unfortunately, and it just is what it is, right? If I market like, hey man, I'm gonna get you as healthy as possible, you're gonna be so freaking healthy, it's amazing. Crickets, like people don't come in the door. If I market, I'm gonna show you a plan that's gonna make your ass look amazing. Your legs are gonna be so sexy, you're gonna walk through the room, brim with confidence, guys are gonna be drooling over you. You're gonna feel like, hell yeah, sign me up, right? Well, here's the deal. And I do that because I know that's what people resonate to, but my goal is health. Like I just want people to get healthy. But when you get healthy, you look better. Your ass looks amazing. You have a glow, you're vibrant, you feel better, confidence goes up, energy goes to the roof. It's just amazing, okay? So I just say there's more than this out there. And again, there's cool technologies, different laser, even like liposuction, there's other things. If you want to do a jump start or something like that, so be it. If that's what gets you motivated and gets you on the right path, that's great. But you have to have in your mind that you're going to combine it with sustainable diet and exercise. Otherwise, it will not last and you're going to waste your money. You're going to be disappointed 100% of the time, right? So you have to go with the mindset of, I need to be able to do this forever. I'm going to figure out how to eat good whole foods, how to exercise, and how to make it a part of my life forever. And here's what's beautiful about that, is it benefits everyone around you, right? Like for me, do I want my kids to see me starving myself and eating pizza and taking thermogenics? Or do I want to be a good role model and have my kids see me eating and making good meals, eating it in front of them, exercising in front of them, and incorporating it as part of my whole family, all right? So that's my goal. So anyhow, if you're wondering, like, all right, great, dude, so how do I do this? Dude, I'll just give it to you. I'll give you some of the most amazing stuff for free. I'll put the link in the comments below. Just click it, watch it, and then I'll send you stuff on top of it and apply it. That's the thing. One of the biggest myths out there is like knowledge is power. 100% not true. knowledge that's applied is power, right? So I'll give it to you. If you apply it and focus on this, amazing things happen, not only for you, but for those around you. And here's what's gonna happen is if you just start applying what I teach you, focus on this, focus on your health, treat your amazing body with love and treat it like it needs to be and wants to be treated, you start feeling better, you start looking better, and then pretty soon, people around you start asking you questions like, hey, what are you doing? Like this, you're looking great. What can I do? How can I do what you're doing? And they're hoping you're gonna say, oh yeah, I got this new amazing shake, I got this new amazing pill. But you gotta be honest, like, you know what? I don't do any of this shit. I just followed Dr. Siz's plan and dude, it's freaking awesome. So if that interests you, click the link. If you wanna do this, hey man, that's your choice. I'm all about choice, but I would highly recommend thinking long term.